Alright, and after that very scuffed start to the stream, I'm going to go ahead and turn my audio down just a little bit more because I'm hearing a whole lot of feedback. Anyway, I have not been on for quite some time. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to do streaming. I'm mainly just doing this for my own entertainment, but either way, I do want to try to do it some kind of regularly, and I have not been doing that at all. It's actually been a couple months, I think, since I really streamed. I did do the stream for the Moonfire Fair, but that was short and pretty much just for the fair only, which doesn't take that long to get through. Anyway, I have a job quest. I should probably get on those first. That would make sense. I got enough gil. Or I can just use a ticket. Why not? And I'm definitely looking forward to just seeing the entire storyline all over again. Granted, that starts with ARR, but you know, we all gotta start somewhere. And at least I have my mounts already. That is always a plus. Looking at my experience there on the bottom, I should almost wait till I hit level 40 to do this, but get at least the level 35 quest out of the way. Yep, level 35. Job quests don't matter quite so much as you get to the higher levels, but in ARR they definitely matter, and I have learned that the hard way before. What's up, Alberic? Sir Alberic would have you undertake a trial. It is pleasing to see how readily the dragon stirs within you. You showed great potential, Kuroka, a potential that may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Estinian is no ordinary dragoon, even when set against the legendary Azures of ages past. The man is considered second to none. Such is his prowess, in fact, that the day he was chosen by the Eye, it was proclaimed that Haldreth the Dragon's Eye had been reborn. I mean not to disparage your skills, Kuroka, but to pursue Estinian in your current state would be tantamount to suicide. As promised, I shall train you in the way of the Dragoon that you might face Estinian as an equal. Before we commence, however, it's only fitting that you are edified regarding our origins. It all began a millennium past, when our forebears resided in the southern plains in humble circumstances. The Fury, impressed by the spirit of our ancestors, decided it was meet that she make them her own. So did she appear before Haldreth's sire, a man of courage and integrity named Thornton, and bade him lead her people to the promised land, to what would become the great nation of Ishgard. Their journey brought them to a wide chasm, whereupon Thornton and his people set to building a bridge. It was then that a dark shadow descended upon them, the great worm Nidhogg. Heedless of his own safety, Thornton fearlessly charged at the colossal beast. Alas, he was pushed into the chasm by one of his own, a man seduced by the worm, and fell to his death. I did not remember that part of the lore. That is definitely interesting. Taking up his sire's slain lance, Haldreth hurled himself at Nidhogg even as tears streamed down his face. The confrontation ended when the young man, his hand guided by Halone, landed a mighty thrust that prized out Nidhogg's eye. With a terrible roar of pain, the great worm took wing and fled while jubilation reigned below. Ishgard's priceless relic is none other than the eye taken from Nidhogg that day. It is a veritable wellspring of dragon power. Even so removed from its owner, it can exert control over the hearts of men. Haldreth himself felt its malign influence, but his love of justice brooked no corruption, and he prevailed over the power, claiming it for his own. And so it was that the first Azure Dragoon was born. Being derived from our foe, the power of the dragon is a thing to be loathed. But as Haldreth have proved to us all, so long as our hearts burn with justice, we need not fear being taken in its thrall. Ah, but what justice precisely? Justice assumes many shapes and forms, Kuroka, and none can say that one is greater than another. So long as you hold fast to your beliefs and stay true to yourself, you must leave no room for the power of the dragon to master you. But enough of the history, let us return our attention to the present. A knight by the name of Sir Brucemont will see to the next stage of your training. Seek him out at Witchdrop. Alright, where are we going? All the way back up there. If I remember correctly, there's a path up here that leads down. Not there. Well, it's back on the other side, isn't it? Yep, there it is. Skinny ledge. So the adventurer seeks to become a dragoon. Ha! Sir Albrecht speaks of legends and chosen ones, but I would see you prove yourself in a more practical fashion, with your lance. Defend yourself. From... oh, that thing. Come on up here, so I don't have to worry about other aggro. Ooh. That was a test. Okay, whatever. You have some skill, I will give you that, and the glow of your soul crystal. Perhaps Sol Alberic was not wrong about you after all. Now return to him. Your training here is complete. You had me come all the way down to the bottom of a chasm to fight one weakling. Alrighty then. As you wish. And this is, my friends, is what we call a time sucker. The soul of the dragon grows ever stronger within you, Kuroka. Clearly, your trial was a rousing success. I need only observe your crystal to know as much. Yes, though you've only just begun to walk the path of the dragoon, it is clear you possess the talent to become Estinian's equal. Go forth and make the powers you obtained your own. Just a moment. Alright. When the time is right, we shall proceed with your training. And I finally get my jump. Yay! I just realized I'm still in the summer fair gear. Did I glam that? Or... No, I did not glam that. Oh, I just fought that guy in level 1 gear. And it was still that easy. Yay me. Alright, there. Actual armor, which didn't increase my HP that much. Go figure. Alright, back to storyline quests. Speak with Neuraxia. Oh, am I where I think I am? I can't be there already yet, can I? Oh, hi, Thancred. What are you looking so glum over here for? Ah, Kuroka. Pray do not concern yourself with my welfare. My current investigation has yielded some curious results, and at present I am pondering how best to proceed. Sure, you are, Thancred. Oh, good. Now I gotta go over here. Okay. Oh, dang, Ironwall was around all the way back here. At the interceding scene, discuss matter. Okay. Alright, let's talk to the little pixie. Waking One is to investigate Sinister One? Then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with a Walking One in the Ash Crown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a Digging One named Medrad had an encounter with a scary Masked One. This Masked One is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One Medrad. Digging One is to be found at Fallgird Float in the North Shroud. Alright, so do I have Fallgird Float already? I do. But please leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. 'Tis only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. Medrod is clearly traumatized. Perhaps if you were to soothe him, he might remain calm for long enough to hold a conversation. You're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man, garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared to see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away that the masked man with a minion of Thal came to claim her soul for his realm. Or come to claim her soul for his realm. What? You're investigating this same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Aye, anything to ensure that we won't have to suffer Madrad's hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork. That's what I wanted to... Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do to repay her for comforting me. I gave you an emote, dude. Come on. Simps everywhere. Aideen has a proposal to make concerning your investigation. So here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found. Here's what I know about all the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer is that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths? Ah, these guys. You've already seen to the Ziz? Good work, adventurer. So were you able to find aught to suggest that the creatures are our culprits? Untoasted marshmallow. Okay. Nothing? Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. Okay. Oh, I remember this. The questline splits, or forks temporarily. So you get to do 2 quests at once. Yay! There's something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I better watch myself, eh? Sigh. Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some as whisper that after each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. This bears investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments and I'll give them a gander. There is something you should know. I've been keeping this to myself lest I worsen Medrod's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Medrod's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here in case you had a mind to investigate. I mean, I'd say marshmallows serve a purpose no matter what they're for. Toasted, melted, plain. Oh yeah, a spider. Die, spider, die. Oh, it was that jump that I got. The one that dragoons kill themselves with all the time. Oh, okay. This way then. Yep. A monstrous Banamite appeared, and you slew it? That creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of Falgard. Intentional or no, you have done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw? Or merely a trick of light combined with a blind panic? Level 40. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 yalms of the Rock of Rancor. Aye, it has a name. But what's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? Huh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. 'Tis a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh well. Yeah, that's what you get for just wasting explosives. There have been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I had been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt. It was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Banamite. But you and I were moms apart. How could we both have seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with the Banamite at the very spot you claimed to see that fiendish eyeball. Isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Oh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be... Gods, of course. There must be more than one of the buggers. Oh, it's so obvious, but then that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, that there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered. Gulp. I do believe we're out of our depth. We are to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown. Lest you have forgotten, it was at the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There is a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. A bunch of cowards. Let's leave it to the adventurer. Good for nothing NPCs. Oh, mangled corpse. That's lovely. And a floating eye. Look at that. Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I might assist you with? I love how they show corpses in your inventory as a flower. Don't know what else they'd show them as, really, but just kind of interesting. Gods be good, not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the Central Shroud, while the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the while the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end none can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them so as to notify their next of... This button, engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil, or that of an organization, perhaps? Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. I remember the storyline now. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mion. Mayhap someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. Trip to Gridania. Don't mind if I do. Alright. Get my bearings. There we are. Good evening to you, Kuroka. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan-level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You will have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette over by the Aetherite Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then, show me what you got. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old, though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there is a soul in Gridania who knows, it would be Kindgold over at the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a four-name basis. Bernadette believes that I can help you? Well, that is a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear, but whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's ward northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late, there has been a man who is perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursandal, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray leave me to my thoughts. The sigil of the Darton-Core's family. How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman? Her face, was it marred in any way? I had feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Darton-Cores. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amadine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her to regain that which she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually, there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was, but when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hawkey Manor, for my home for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amadine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Hawkey Manor on the western edge of the central shroud. Go now, go and do what must be done. Alright. Definitely said I remembered what this was, and it is definitely taking us to Hockey Manor. So, let's get going. Forgot that hockey was up here in this part, though. I was thinking it was down there. Near where Camterra is. We will get there, though. Should go this way? Yeah, follow this road. Alright, I do remember that previously, last time I was streaming really, they hadn't tossed in the ARR duty support yet, so I'm going to have a little bit of fun playing with that. Marauder, Conjurer, Thaumaturge, I'll deal. Plus it means no Q. The Black Shroud, Hockey Manor. I can definitely feel the difference between running with a Lobby character and happening to get tossed in a hockey mainer with my level 90. I feel like I should be doing so much more damage. That was a nice little upgrade. Oh, I just remembered. Oh, no, they will jump down. Nice. There we go. Just remember the devs might have hard-coded them to actually go down the stairs the long way. But nope, they'll jump. And another perk to coming into a dungeon with AI characters. All the treasure is yours. Oh, another headpiece, huh? I'll go with the bandana over the helmet. Actually, let's see what that looks like. Ooh. You know what? I'll leave the bandana showing. I like that. Oh, my life for some AoE. Ah, come on, give me the shirt. I want the shirt. No chest in here. Creepy. Turn away. I fell for that, didn't I? I'm a bit tired of you, lady. Time for you to die. Come on now. And dead. And level up again. Alright, give me the shirt. Give me the shirt. Crap. You give me a weapon. Better be a spear. No, it's a mage's staff. Rip. Darkness has taken root within these halls, sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal of light, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Heidelin chose well. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take the measure of your strength from Master La Habrea. That task now accomplished, we will take our leave of you. Fare you well, bringer of light. Almost want to run that again and try to get the shirt. Oh well. Not gonna do it though. And back to Gridania. One little pit stop, though. Since that's a dungeon drop, I don't believe you can actually sell it on the market for it. But maybe there's a crafted version? Nope, just furniture. Ah, what a shame. You are returned. What sights awaited you within the manor? What has become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me all. So she went so far as to consort with devils. Would that I could have done more to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. I know not whether the masked men you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that they are of the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe that they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence I allowed I know not how many young innocent women to die in unspeakable circumstances. It matters not wherefore. Through misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both, I am an abettor to a gross crime. I will surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they deem just. I only pray that the gods will have mercy on my soul. Oh shoot. Oh, that's a level 31 weapon. That's why I don't have those open. Might as well open them. Get them out of my inventory. Welcome back, Kuroka. Full glad am I to see you safely returned. Tell me, how you fared on your sojourn in the Twelveswood? Two of La Habrea's minions, and they sought to measure... missed that one. The devils taunt us, it is beyond doubt then. The Ascians have begun to move in earnest. Would that we knew to what end. Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It is clear to me now that the Scions are too few to protect the realm against this threat unaided. We must needs alert the three nations to the presence of this elusive enemy, and recommend that they heighten their vigil. There is no shortage of misery in the world that the Ascians might exploit. We have an arduous struggle ahead of us. Yet come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope, for that is precisely what the enemy desires. We have gleaned all we can from the information available to us. Let us set this investigation aside for the present. Another matter has arisen that requires your attention. Let me know when you are ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others. Oh, starting the Titan arc.
The Maelstrom requests our assistance.
Concerning the kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume?
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
What sort of peril?
The worst kind. A tribe of kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan. Our task will be to slay the Primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor. They are no strangers to the havoc kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, two primals, Leviathan and Titan, chanced to converge upon the sea wall, wreaking untold devastation. There, by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Merlvip hired able to fend them off. Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point. So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
The Maelstrom has kept a watchful eye upon the beast tribes, and the kobolds in particular, ever since. Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Unlike Ifrit, we know scarcely anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested him, the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
Expect the worst. The Maelstrom's help is of course appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
So you will accept? Thank you.
We can't very well send her to Limsa Lominsa without Y'shtola, can we, Minfilia?
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
I never thought it in question.
Ever reliable. Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory. You may count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And all not afield will aid the fight from afar. Thancred, Ida, go to the Grand Companies, tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would. Papalimo, compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be. You will be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the Sailor's Ward. Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Yay, we get to go primal hunting again. Hail, adventurer, and welcome to the Maelstrom Command. If you wish to know more about enlisting, speak with the personnel officer. Unless you are the guest we were told to expect. Aha. Forgive me, madam. To business, then. It is as we told the antecedent. The kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beastmen moving south in increasing numbers from Ogamoro. Our scouts subsequently confirmed that the object of their aggression, crystals, fodder for their fell primal. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Word has spread of your accomplishments, Kuroka. On behalf of Limsa Lominsa, I thank you for heeding our call. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral wished to address Kuroka personally. We are no strangers to conflict. Long have the Sahagin and the kobolds plagued our peoples. Nor is this the first time we have had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was to the company of heroes we turned. But they are long disbanded, and we must look to other brave souls blessed with the strength to face this foe. So it is that we now turn to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I hope you are right, yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Did not the Thalassocracy make a pact with the beastmen that each would keep to their own lands and that no blood would be shed? And was it not the Lomenzans who violated this agreement, dissatisfied with their lot? Shall we then condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. You're totally being a little bit spicy over here. I would advise you to choose your words with greater care, Lady Y'shtola. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it. Yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath. Or would you have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa Lominsa's citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already, we have observed disruptions in the flow of ether further inland. The effects will be felt here in the city ere long. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. Can I count on your help, Kuroka? You have my thanks, along with the full support of the Maelstrom. I await good tidings. That the kobolds should summon Titan demonstrates that they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict. Before we meet Titan in the field, however, it would be wise to learn all that we can of our foe. And I can think of no better source of information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. The Company of Heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It is said that one of them is employed at the Grey Fleet Mills in Lower Lanashia. Quite why a mercenary should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, maybe you could ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. Oh, is this that faker? Yep. It'll be entertaining, at least. The Company of Heroes is the most celebrated mercenary band in the history of Eorzea. Even so, I must admit I've never before met one of their members face to face. I imagine that a warrior who toppled both Titan and Leviathan would seek to bask in a lifetime of fame and glory, yet he seems to have settled in a place distinctly bereft of adoring crowds. Lay down your burden, son. Come drain a pint with me. We'll have a grand old time. Find ye a lass or three. You gonna say something, adventurer, or just keep staring? You want to know about the Company of Heroes? Ah, hells, price of bleeding fame. Can't a miller mill in peace no more? Still, seeing as you've come all this way, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to oblige ye. Consider yourself lucky, lass. Old Tractoon was the company's best axeman. Now, what was it you wanted to know? So you want to hear the tale of how the company of heroes bested a primal, do you? Let me guess, you mean that bastard Titus, eh? Oh, if only you'd been there to see it. 'Twas a mighty struggle like the legends of old. Me and the boys fought him for 3 days and nights, we did. The ground trembled with every step Titus took, and when he hit you, girl, it felt like a cannonball to the gut. Ah, just like that. Oi, what's that look for? I'm a goddamn hero, I'll have you know. The people around here sing me praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning the secret tactics we used to beat old Titus. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling charitable. If you're so damn desperate, then why don't you do me a favor and kill those rats that have been making a nest by the windmill just south of here? Aye, do that, then we'll talk. Eh? So the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, Venturer. Save me the hassle of... never mind. What? You still asking about how we beat Titus? I do know, Venturer. It was a pretty risky strategy. The kind only a veteran of 10 score battles could rely upon. I want to teach you, I surely do, but unless you prove you have what it takes to face that fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. At the very least, you need to be capable of slaying, say, a Gubu. Come to think of it, that ain't a bad idea. Them creatures have a taste for the flour milled here, so you ought to have no trouble finding one in the vicinity. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut one down quick as a skilled axeman like myself. Any road, why don't you try heading due west and stand and look out in case a Gubu comes calling. Slay it, and I might consider telling you more about old Titus. Eh, you again? Then that Gubu that was harassing the Millers is dead? Didn't think he had it in you, Venturer. Still, you took forever and a day to get the job done. I'm still not sure if I should tell you our secrets. So, as I was saying, I still don't know if you've got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe if you slew, Track Tomb? You in here drinking again? If you are, that Gubu better be dead. Oh, it's dead, Chief. You have me word on that. Cleave the beast's skull in two with me trusty axe, I did. Is that a fact? And what will your friend here say if I ask her? She'll vouch for me, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me true, was it Track Tomb who slew that Gubu, or was it you? Chief, what are you saying? It's me, Track Tomb, the finest axeman ever to serve in the company of heroes. The legendary mercenaries who slew that bastard Titus. Titus? Titus? Who in the seven hells is Titus? Some primal you fought in a drink-sodden dream? The company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody half-wit. Well, see, Titus was what me and the lads used to call him. That's the biggest load of Sahagin shite I've ever heard. Both of you outside, we'll learn the truth the Levinson way. Track Tomb, if you don't slay that Gubu, you may consider your contract revoked. Alright, you know the rules. First one to smash their boulder will be judged the Gubu Slayer. And don't even think about trying to kill me, that's cheating. Who picked these boulders? They're nothing alike. The hell's with it. Let the contest begin. Yes, I'm stabbing a boulder with a spear. So much fun. Alright, I admit it. I lied about being in the company of heroes, but I'm begging you, Chief. Please don't dismiss me. I've learned my lesson, honest I have. Save your blubbering, Track Tomb. Gods, I should have known. Mercy, please. I didn't want to deceive you, I swear. It's just I kept getting turned away by all the folks I asked for work, and I panicked. See, the last job I had was at Costa del Sol, and there was this grizzled marauder everyone treated like royalty. When I heard he was a captain in the company of heroes, I finally understood why. I wasn't being serious when I said I was one of them, but you wouldn't believe me, Well, look, his name was Whiskeyit, alright? Whiskeyit. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus or whatever the hell that thing's name is. That's what you wanted, ain't it? So come on then, tell the chief to forgive me, it's only fair. And we get to be done with him. Thank freaking God. Pardon? You wish to slay the Lord of Crags? We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsa Lominsa are depending upon us. You fancy yourselves heroes then, just like in the tales? Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours, and my associate here has bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. She is blessed with a power that protects her from primal influence. Thus was she able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We know full well the risks and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A woman who can't be tempered? Useful, but it will not be enough. It is true that the company of heroes fought and felled primals, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him in the end, but he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, we have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I'll grant you that. And you deserve better than the greeting I gave you. But I will not send you into Ogamoro in a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Gigiruju's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending to one of our... Ye gods, man, have you heard nothing I said? We have not the time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gates. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, then you are welcome to find your own way into Ogamoro. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to this man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are to best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I will use the time to see to the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Pray do whatever the good captain bids, however trifling, but remember, the fate of Limsa Lominsa hangs in the balance. Master Gigiruju's request can be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you to your true task, I would like to verify that this won't be a waste of my time. A Nyx has been seen recently prowling the beach to the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof of the kill. Well, did you deal with the Knicks? Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you in this way, you should know that we had an incident not long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge as befits your talents. Two highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sol in the near future, and Master Gigi Ruju wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no object, not everything Master Gigi Ruju desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, and so, Kuroka, your mission is to seek out and obtain the rare ingredients our chef requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with a suitable wine, and by suitable I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for the time being, as I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Landino at Camp Tranquil. What? Do you mean to tell me that you cannot afford to waste time as your associate did? Adventurer, if you do not have the endurance to complete this mission, how do you expect me to believe you can outlast the Lord of Crags? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. Alright, and I am out of time for this evening. I am going to go ahead and close the stream and get off here. I do hope that you enjoyed watching. I do also intend to try to stream a little bit more often. I know, like I said at the beginning of the stream, it's been like a couple months now. Just haven't figured out how I exactly want to do this yet. But anyway, everybody have a good night. I will catch you later.